Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today we've got some fun with threes to show you. And it's not often that I get to compare a bunch of $3 gold pieces, but today we do. And so we're going to take a closer look at some details on $3 gold pieces and just kind of talk about what they, how they grade them, and also, kind of what the eye appeal test is for you on these and how they're going to look. I got a few to show to you. How many did I get here? This is like a gaggle of threes. There's two dates here, 1854 and 1874, both of which are the more common dates for $3 gold pieces. But you'll see in a minute that doesn't mean a whole lot as far as the overall population goes. They are coins that are very scarce to start with, and I think for the average guy, if you're trying to put any type of fun US type coin set together, I highly encourage getting a $3 gold piece, especially in kind of this category. These are kind of fun. There's a 74, here's another 74, and we'll talk about just the overall eye appeal. So all these coins are very lustrous still, and you can see especially how strong the luster is once you get into the hidden areas of the coin, so around the devices, that would be the lettering and the design. And on the reverse, there is more design. Really, you've got that big wreath taken up, so you actually end up seeing more luster saved by the coin. So always on $3 gold pieces, you'll see the reverse will look much more lustrous than the obverse. So the back will look more lustrous than the front because you've got these really big open fields in the center of the coin that kind of can get a little bit more wear to them. And of course, when it comes to older US gold coins, one of the things that I'm always looking for myself is I like as much original color as I can find. Gold being so much more resilient than silver. A lot of gold coins, when dealers or collectors don't like something they see on the coin, they'll dip it right away and just wash off any type of originality. And so I always like to, if I can find any type of originality. Let me see here, 74, 74, whoop, 74, 54, there's another 74. So like for me, my eye is really attracted to a coin like this that has that little bit of orange tone to it. That's kind of how I like the coin. So I like seeing that especially. One of the other things we should talk a little bit about while I've got these $3 gold pieces here is just the overall strike quality. They come all over the place with strike, like a lot of different coin series. So it's really good once you can find a coin that's been struck well. And we'll take one more look at strike in just a minute. Lastly, I do have a 78. And so here's one where we get to see a coin with a little bit more luster than the others. And we'll take a look here. And a little bit less wear. You can see just a lot of that original luster flowing in the fields. Cataloging in the fields, luster flowing in the fields, making tongue twisters here. So this 78 is a 58, and the 54 is a 55, and all of your 74s are AU55s. And so we'll take a look here closer and talk a little bit about strike and price point and things like that. But just to look into the Red Book real quick, so the 54 is the first year of issue, and 138,000 of those guys made. And talk about a coin that is still common with the mintage of only 138,000 and change. And then later on you get to the 74, and only 41,000 were made, and then the 78 only 82,000. So these are coins that all of their mintages are super low by, think of Morgan dollars. You know, what's your king of the Morgan dollars? A little pop quiz for you guys. You know, not the proof. We don't count the 1895 proof. That's just not a thing. You know, what we're talking about is that 1893 Morgan, of course, which has a mintage of 100,000. So all of these have mintages, pardon me, as I remember my own language here. Both of the 74s and 78s have mintages lower than that, 54s or higher. Let's look a little bit at strike on these guys and talk about current market price points. The strike on these guys, you know, one of the things to look for, of course, there's the hair on the Princess comes in lots of different strike qualities. So you'll start to see more or less hair. I'm looking right in the middle above the ear, and then the little bit of hair on the forehead, above the eye, under the eye and Liberty, and start looking in that area to see how much we've got left up in there. And let's see if the AU58 struck a little better. You can actually start to see a touch more hair on this 58 than you can on the 55s. But also sometimes it'll just be strike. So you can have a coin that's more lustrous than others, and it'll be, you can have a coin that's a little bit more lustrous, but we're getting to the wear point. My language left me for half a second because I was thinking about these guys and just how much fun they are. So these are all priced a little bit differently. So, you know, like this is, all of these are going to be in the 16 to 1700 range on the 55s. And for me, I'm looking for the ones that have a little bit more tone to them. Now, if you get them all kind of next to each other, you can start to see a little bit like the ones that look to me a little bit more like what I would call washed out. See, I'm actually gonna want more for this coin with the orange tone to it, closer to 1700. Whereas these guys here, the ones with a little bit less luster and a little bit more washed out, so like this coin at 1629 and 1639 respectively on those two, where these middle two I liked a little bit more for having a little bit more luster to them. Both of these I had priced in that 1675, 1678 range. The 58's got a bit of a jump on it, and that guy currently we've got priced at about 1900 retail. But this one I like because not only is the luster a little bit nicer, but also it's got that nice original orange tone to it in different areas. And it's a little bit lower mintage, which is always kind of fun. But pretty good stuff. One of these days I'll have a real brilliant Unk one to show you again. But in the meantime, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.